MonsterMedia.com, and welcome to this Longtail Pro Platinum review, and also it's a how-to tutorial as well. I wanted to go through and show you guys some of the ways that I'm using this tool, how much it's helped me out, and how much time it's saving me. And this is going to be especially beneficial if you are in the internet marketing space, network marketing space, and you're just anybody who leverages free traffic online, maybe through a blog or through YouTube or just ranking anything on Google. This is an amazing way just to give yourself a competitive advantage and, like I said, save you a bunch of time as well. So as you can see, I've got my Longtail Platinum open. I like the Platinum version. I'll show you why in a couple seconds, but this is what I've been using, and it's been super effective. And so as an example, as I kind of just walk through, I'm going to just show you exactly what I do as I use the tool, and you know, you can obviously follow along and do the same thing. And there's a million ways to do this, but if I'm going to do any sort of research, I'm always doing this keyword research prior to putting in any sort of upfront effort into, you know, a blog post or creating a YouTube video. So if I'm going to, you know, for instance, we can put in Herbalife. This is a big, obviously a massive network marketing, multi-level marketing company, and you can use this for anything, but this is sort of my niche is playing around in the network marketing space. And so Herbalife's a massive company, so I already know that there's going to be you know, a lot of search volume likely for it because it's an older company, it's a global company, but you can put in as many keywords really as you need to in here. I like to just do them sort of one at a time to keep my life simple and keep it easy, but you know, if you go to generate keywords, you're going to see the tool is going to start working. You know, there's probably some things about this that I would change if I really could. Sometimes the speed of it is a little slow. It's not crazy slow, but it could be faster, I suppose. It depends on how many other things you have sort of opened up at the same time on your computer. I've found it to be a little bit buggy in some cases, but they've worked out a lot of the bugs in it. I've tried out other search tools as well. Things like Market Samurai, things like Search Engine Cockpit, different ones out there. There's a lot of good ones that they all sort of relatively do the same thing, but I found this one to be the best and my favorite for a few reasons. But as you can see, it's pulled up all of our search for really all the relevant Herbalife keywords that are out there, things that you'd want to sort of have your research done on prior to making any sort of a post. And there would be probably hundreds of, if not thousands of Herbalife keywords, but you can go through them all. It sort of ranks them by relevance. We can decide to rank them by anything we want. We can rank it by searches, amount of searches. We could rank it by CPC, so cost per click if you're doing any sort of paid advertising. I don't really look at this column. I'm a big free traffic guy. That's where I spend my time and effort, and that's what I like to do. But you know, that might be effective if you're into CPC. Really what I'm looking at primarily is this local searches. I'm looking at the actual keyword, and then I'm going to go through the actual, this is the average keyword competitiveness. This is a function, this column here, you will not see unless you have the Platinum version of the tool, which is why I like this. But for instance, we have you know, Herbalife distributor gets 2,900 searches a month. Herbalife scam gets roughly 2,900 searches a month. Now, these are local exact match searches, guys. So you know, depending on what country you're in, this is a U.S. campaign. It would be likely different, maybe a little bit globally. I'm just looking for inside the U.S. You know, things like buy Herbalife, Herbalife weight loss, things like that. These are, in my opinion, what I would consider buyer keywords. If somebody is out there on Google searching buy Herbalife, chances are incredibly good that they're looking to buy Herbalife online. And if you're showing up as the #1 or #2 search engine result for that keyword, and you're getting 720 people a month looking for that, what do you think the chances are that you're going to be able to make some sales from ranking for this keyword? Probably pretty high, and this is sort of why I like doing this upfront research, so I know what I want to and what I need to you know, structure my blog post or my YouTube videos around. And so, you know, we can go through any of these. Like I said, there's hundreds, but really what I want to look for is the amount of search volume it's getting, And don't be put off if the search term you're looking for is a really quality search term, but it gets low search volume. I know a lot of people, they're going to be looking for the big ones, like, of course, ranking number 1 or 2 for Herbalife with 368,000 searches a month would be wonderful. Chances are good it's going to be tough to rank in the top 1, 2, or 3 spot for that. But you know what? Even if you rank for something that's got something like this, 170 searches a month, which isn't a lot, but cheap Herbalife products. Again, this is a keyword that likely people, anybody searching that, who's typing that into Google or YouTube, they're specifically looking to buy Herbalife products online, and they're likely just looking for a really good price on products, like we all are. So that's a really great buyer keyword. It's 170 searches a month. My sort of rule of thumb for this is if you're let's say you're in the top 1, 2, 3 spots, and the search volume is 170 searches a month, chances are good that you're going to be able to get about half of that. So, if you can get yourself, 80, 85 direct match searches a month, if you're in spot 1, 2, or 3 of people going through your site who are looking for cheap Herbalife products, the chances are good you could probably convert, 1, 5, 10% of those people, and there you go, you've got some sales coming through your site. So that's what I look for. This last column here, this average competitiveness, is going to tell you the difference between competitiveness of all these keywords and how to rank them. Now, it's sort of a proprietary formula that Longtail has. There's a lot of different factors in it. All that you really need to understand and know is that it's a rating of between 1 and obviously 100, and the higher up that number is, the more competitive that search is going to be to rank in the top 1, 2, 10 spots, so the first page of Google. So that's sort of what I look for. Is I always want to look at this competitiveness before I do anything, and this is just to give you an example of these two. We're talking about a massive difference in search volume, but Herbalife, just that keyword, gets 368,000 searches a month, and of course, because it's an extremely relevant and high volume keyword, it gets, the competitiveness is 63. You're going to be competing with Herbalife Corporate. Their website is likely the #1 spot on that, as it should be. That's how Google works, is they're going to put the most relevant content at the top in most case scenarios. So 63 is incredibly high. The chances of outranking something like that are not good. And not that it's not possible, but it's telling that maybe you don't want to spend your time doing that, because there's lower hanging fruit that we're going to be able to capitalize on. For instance, the other search that we did, cheap Herbalife products, which is a lot more long tail, a lot more buyer specific. This is somebody who's got their credit card out, really looking to already buy. And it's not a lot of people. It's definitely not 300,000 or 400,000 like the other search was. But these 170 people, they're specifically looking to buy, and look at the competitiveness. It's 22. So a lot easier for us to rank in the top 10, top 3 spots with something like this where it's only 22. A good rule of thumb to follow when you're going through this, and remember that this is this tool on the side here, this column, the average competitiveness, is only with the platinum version. So a good rule of thumb I would say is that anything between anything in the teens is going to be something that you can rank for literally overnight. With sometimes even with just on-page SEO, you can rank in the top 10, top 3 with any of the competitiveness in the teens. In the low 20s to the 20s to the low 30s is something that is gold. It's something that I look for. Most companies, that's where you're going to see a lot of their keywords is around 20 to 29, somewhere in and around that range. Those ones are great to go after. You can rank those quite easily. Very low competition. If you start to get into the mid 30s, the low 40s, it starts to get a little bit more competitive. Might take you a couple months to get your content ranked in that realm. And it's going to probably take some off-page SEO as well to get that done, just because it's a bigger, it's a more competitive space, and there's likely going to be bigger search volume in that space. So 90. This is an example here. Herbalife shake recipes, 9,900 exact match searches a month. Guaranteed it's going to be a little higher, probably in the mid 30s, I would say, maybe low 30s. Just depends on on Herbalife's distributor force and who's optimizing for this, but Herbalife's kind of a cool example because it's got high search volume because it's such a massive company, but the company really doesn't teach online marketing, so there's going to be, I guarantee you, a lot of keywords right in here that have a high search volume with low competitiveness, and that's exactly what we're looking for, and that's exactly what Longtail Pro allows us to look at. This is a great example of it. 26 as a competitiveness for a search term that gets almost 10,000 searches a month. We could rank something for this right away. And again, Herbalife shake recipes, likely somebody who's interested in buying Herbalife products or is at least in that space, in that headspace a little bit. Herbalife diet. Let's look at this one. 1,000 exact match searches a month. For Herbalife diet, and let's see what the competitiveness is on it. 24. Jeez, I might have to do some of these. You might be competing against me after I've done this search. It's pretty crazy. Like it's buy Herbalife products, again, low search terms, but somebody who's typing that in, they want to buy the product. 32, so that's a little bit higher, likely because it's such a buyer keyword. Some other marketers have maybe figured that out. But either way, this is a great example of this. I want you to see what happens if we go to Cheap Herbalife products. What we can do is click on this. The tool's going to bring up our top 10 searches. So this is our top 10 searches in Google. Right, the first page of Google. A couple things that you want to sort of look at when you go over to this side of the page. Now, depending on how into SEO and into this stuff you are, you can get very detailed with it. I'm going to try to keep it as simple as I can for you. One of the first things I'm going to look at is the actual URL. The URL is very telling. I can tell when somebody's optimizing for a keyword and when it's just something that's ranking because it's in the general vicinity of that topic. And so right away I'm looking at this, and things that have a higher page authority, domain authority, sites like eBay, those things are going to pop up. Sometimes they're tougher to outrank, but they definitely can be outranked. Things like eBay, Amazon. But what I'm looking for is anybody actually got the keyword phrase, which is cheap Herbalife products, in their URL. So right here, Pinterest.com, Herbalife price, cheap Herbalife products. When you see this, that's somebody who's trying to optimize specifically to rank for this. So they're doing it through Pinterest, YouTube videos. That's another another way to rank, obviously, as well. But there's really not a lot in here that I would say that we can't outrank. We can get to number 1 in here. I can just tell that there's nobody in here who's really optimized for that. But if we wanted to do some more research, we can go into some of these other columns in here. You can get crazy and look at all this stuff, page authority, all of that. But the few columns that I really look for is this one here, which is juice page links. Juice page links are actual links that are transferring link juice to this specific page, and so this is what we want to see. Is there's like no links, no link juice on most of these pages, including the number 1 and number 2 ranks in here. The Amazon one's got a couple links. This one here, herbal5.co.uk, buy Herbalife products online. So this is somebody who's actually optimized for this, somebody who's got, if we went to the site and checked it out, they would have a specific internet marketing site that they've built to specifically sell Herbalife products, and you can tell because the title of the site is Buy Herbalife Products Online, and you can see it's the only one on here that really has any significant amount of links. So they're optimizing and they're ranking for this. That still doesn't bother me too much. We should still be able to outrank them. Domain authority. The other one I like is PageRank. PageRank, just to me, it's a good determination of what type of players are in the top 10. Anything where it's 0 or no PR means that they're not. Their site's not very well established. Usually the site age is going to correlate to their page rank. If a site's been around for longer, chances are good they're going to have a higher page rank. It's not the be-all end-all, but it's good to sort of know and just to understand. So out of these two, sites that don't have a lot of page rank, sites that don't have a heck of a lot of link juice, you know, to me, that's a go. Especially when I look at the competitiveness, which is the, you know, the be all and very telling. It's sort of a combination of all these numbers, but, you know, 22 on a scale of 100 is, you know, a big green go. That means that we can rank for this right away. We just need to make sure our on-site optimization, on-page optimization is, you know, done for cheap Herbalife products, that we're specifically building a video or a post around that, and we can start to rank in really short order for that. So that's just a quick example of maybe one of the ways that I would use this. And I mean, there's obviously countless ways that you can go through this. And if you see all of the actual keywords, I mean, the opportunities to rank for some of this stuff is endless. You can go through a whole bunch of obviously different companies and terms, but that's what I use, and that's why I sort of like this keyword competitiveness. You know, if we were to go look at something that's a little bit more competitive, like, for instance, let's see here, Herbalife Reviews. Herbalife Reviews gets 27,000 searches a month, which is crazy. That's a lot of search volume. If you ranked 1, 2, or 3, you can bet that you're going to get somewhere probably around 10,000 views a month just on your site, just from this alone. It's actually not that competitive of a search term. Again, this is amazing to me, but you're going to see that this is going to be a little bit more optimized. You're going to see that people are trying to rank for this probably a little bit more obviously here. Let's see here. Yeah, so, some of these are, and actually, you know, a lot of them aren't really. The number one is, result is obviously Herbalife Review. You know, you can tell sort of from there. Let's look at the other factors here. There's still not a lot, guys, in here. This blows me away. And this is why it's, you know, this is why it's crazy to look at some of this stuff and use a tool like this, because, you know, you can discover these little gems where it's high search volume, low competitiveness, and you can absolutely dominate if this is sort of your niche. And there's obviously niches like this that exist in all different areas, but you know, just as an example, that's one way to do it. So that's one way to use that tool. It's pretty amazing, and that's just a quick how-to of how I go through it. You can obviously change the campaign and use it for you know, Canada or other spots as well too, but I always typically go with the States, and that's just a couple of things that I look for really quick. If you want to get this tool for yourself, you can obviously come to the review and go through it. There's a couple spots on here where you can click through and buy. Read the whole review over, but if you come down here, let's see, right here, come here, click here, grab the tool for yourself. It'll take you over to my affiliate page. Just buy it there, and then what you can do is once you do that, you'll get a ClickBank receipt. Just throw it in the comments section on the actual post, and then what we'll do is we'll send you our video. We got a bonus video that we did on some of the most lucrative tactics I use above and beyond what I just showed you. Some other kind of sneaky things that we've found, little loopholes that work really well to find very low competitive niches that offer high search volume, and ways to actually rank them. And by using that simple tool. But we'll send you that little bonus video once you throw in the ClickBank receipt there. And if you have any other questions, you know, feel free to pop them in the post below as well. But that's just a quick example of how to use Longtail Pro. And again, get the Platinum version if you're going to get it, because that average competitiveness feature is the bomb. So I appreciate you guys watching this, and hopefully that helps you out. All right.